Wanted to welcome everybody here back, season 6, week 1 of Mixed. We're hopping in with the Masters division. We have Graphite and Loud Whine squaring off right now, and I'm happy to be casting again this season with C4.
Yeah, we're back again. Me and Sugar's gonna take the reins here tonight and be your casters for the evening here. As we got Amplified on board, holding the oddball on top seed, doing a great job off the start here to get a little time for his team.
Yeah, and an A-hold can sometimes be a little bit difficult to, play the ball out of if you get swarmed here. So it's not my preferable hold on this map. I prefer it to be in, the A spawn rather than the C spawn. But, if you have a good C spawn hold and you have good, comms and you lock it down, hold the angles, you can get a lot of time. But it's already been played out.
Yeah, Graphite's looking to get that early lead, and they're just trying to keep pressure on the map right now. We've got Loud Whine on the other hand, trying to find a little bit of map control for themselves. They got 2 down on Graphite, doing a good job right now, trying to get that map control. Can they, keep it going here and hold that C down? They're starting to get a little oddball time here for themselves, and hopefully let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, fairly even in slays so far. No one's really popping off on the scoreboard. Obviously, it's early in the match, so there's just not somebody that's taken over the map yet so far in the slays category. As Graphite and Loud One have kind of traded off holds here in the C spawn in the subway, and they have Stalker Rifle up here. They're kind of suppressing the push from Loud Wine as they're trying to get together. It looks like they're splitting a 2v2 push, and they're not quite pushing yet. Like, they're getting a lot of easy time here so far in the side of Graphite.
Ooh, that's a nasty double coming out of Blaze, taking 2 members down from Loud Wine. The one thing I do see from Loud Wine that I really like is that they are pushing in pairs quite a bit, but I haven't seen that aggression come out into play just yet. They're trying to get map control here, and they've retaken that base, but unfortunately, the oddball has been played out, and Graphite's still kind of in control here of the weapons and the map. And they're moving the ball towards B, and Blaze is getting a little bit more time. It's about a 30-second difference here in ball time between Graphite and Loud Wine, and they're going to move it on over to A, the preferred setup of Sugars, and let's see what happens right here.
Yeah, that was a great rotate, right? He sensed that there was a push from Loud Wine, and he saw his teammates were spawning up on the B PD side of the map, and he made a good rotation, and it got him some extra time. They're sort of fighting for the ball, to go down on the side of Graphite, but they were able to get some significant ball time and get a little bit of a lead here, as Fortune Cookie has now got the ball in the PD side, and it looks like she's going to rotate it to back A, which is probably a smart move. She's shading to where her teammates are that can cover her.
Yeah, and she was doing a good job of reading those fortunes as she plays the ball out center. Her team does get taken down to 3 members, and Graphite's looking to regain control of that side of the map here towards A. They do have control of the shotgun. Takes 1 member down of Loud Wine. He's going to get his shields back, and they got the oddball back into their hands as Loud Wine is trying to find their footing here.
Yeah, Graphite's kind of, their control of the Stalker Rifle and the shotgun. They really hasn't had anybody really totally control the rockets. There hasn't been like a big plays with the rockets that have made a difference. And you see that's a killing spree that goes on the board with that shotgun. And, they do take them down eventually. And you got Mint Frosty, should I say, trying to get that ball and get it back into more of a neutral position so his team can kind of get the slays they need. But right away, Graphite picks up that ball, and they're just picking up that scrappy time as the Rockets are about to come out. We'll see who ends up getting those.
And the one thing I like from Graphite right now is the rotation to, each team member is looking towards each other and in helping each other in these gunfights, and that's really helping them out with keeping the control of the map and the flow of the game in their hands. But Loud Wine are going to have to be a little bit more assertive here on the map, as Graphite's just controlling that sandbox. They're going to need to control it themselves if they want to find themselves to be a contender in this first round here.
Yeah, and you look at the number 1 and Blaze, 11-6, 9-4. They're really putting in the slays and allowing their teammates, and they have some ball time themselves. Like, I mean, number 1 had 25 and Blaze had 25, and that's the first round going to Graphite. And like you said, C4, I agree with you. The control of the sandbox was really in the favor of Graphite, and it kind of allowed them to gain that edge and get that scrappy time they needed to put that round away.
Loud Whine, though, like you said, they're gonna need to get control of the weapons here. Looks like they did get rockets, I do believe. I'm not quite sure though, but whoever gets those rockets usually gets the setup in the very beginning of that round. So we're gonna see what they do with that gunplay. But it looks like they did lose the shotgun. That's going in the hands of Graphite. We do have Molly on board here. They also have control of the stalker rifle, which is proven to be detrimental for him. As three members of Loud Whine are going down, they're going to be spawning over here in C base. Looks like they're going to make a push towards purple, but they're going to need to do it together to stop this Graphite run in the second round here.
Well, and that's just unfortunate, right? We saw
Yeah.
Loud Wine get both the rockets and the shotgun off the break, and they got almost no kills with it. They all
Mhm.
3 out of 4 people went down, and now the setup is in the favor of Graphite, and they put 25 points on the board like that. Like it hasn't, didn't take much, and it looks like a little bit of a staggered push here, and they're just, they're taking damage, being distracted by the members of Graphite that aren't holding the ball, and it's just given that. That time they almost have a 30-second lead right now, 29 seconds.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job. Molly drops the ball to help her teammate over here on the side of Cafe. That's going to make three members go down for Loud Wine. They're getting more ball time, proven to be detrimental to Loud Wine. We got two members, though, in Graphite doing a really good job in the slaying department, and it's proven to be successful for them as they're out slaying Loud Wine right now at the current moment.
And I think the reason they are is one, like you said, they're kind of always looking in the same direction, whether they're in the same area as their teammates. So they're kind of getting some good team shot in there. Right there is a perfect example. Two guys up on B shooting one person, and 2-on-1s. And in this game, C4 are huge, right? A big back
Oh,
smack
yeah.
there by Amplify. This game's starting to get a little bit out of control with 43 seconds on the board. They're almost halfway to the round 2 and a game 1 victory.
I really think what's really helping Graphite in this moment is like they're taking their time and they're just slaying out. They're playing Slayer first and objective second, and that's generally what you want to do is you want to clear out the enemy team, get those slays, then you got the map control and you can get control of the sandbox, and then ultimately you get that ball time. And that's what's happening right now on our screens is three more members of Loud Wine go down. We got one member though. He does have the rockets. He was able to put it to use, but sadly he gets taken down. Looks like we did have somebody join in the game.
Oh
Not
no.
sure who that
On the
was.
side of Graphite.
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna have to be a reset. And I didn't really like the trade with the Rockets there. The trade with the Rockets there was unfortunate because you're already down 50 or 60 points. You trade with the Rockets, you get the kill, but there's still two members up on the side of Graphite. So I would have liked to see a more patient play there with the Rockets early on. They did end up getting the Rockets and killing somebody, but we're going to a reset at this point, and I'm not sure what the ruling is going to be. I'm sure it's not going to be 71 seconds, because I'm pretty sure the guy came in with about 59 on the board. I'm not 100% positive, but we'll end up and see what these guys decide on. What number they decided on, because we're loading back in.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting off fresh here. We really don't know what the score is going to be here, what they decided on, but we're going to go with it and see what happens here. As it looks like, Graphite's getting early control here. They have three members of Loud Wine down. They're going to get control of these rockets. He's going to try to put them to use. He does whiff that first one, but the second one does connect. Amplify, though, doing a great job. He already got some ball time on the map, or sorry, on the scoreboard here. He's looking to drop that ball to ultimately just put a little pressure on the A side of the map where his two other teammates are, and they're doing a good job of working together yet again. And yeah, it's really, really nice job from Graphite.
And they're just controlling the sandbox, like we talked about earlier. He whiffed with one rocket, but he got the rockets. And then after he got the rockets, he picked up the shotgun. So it's, they just completely are dominating the sandbox, which, is kind of huge. They, since the reset, they nerfed, the BR. The BR isn't quite as easy to use. It takes a little bit more skill. So with that being the case, using stuff like power weapons like a bulldog and a rocket launcher become a little bit more imperative, and they've been doing a great job of it. And the trend is continuing. They're already up 23 points at the start of this reset.
Yeah, like I said, it could have been a very detrimental thing for Graphite to lose that momentum, but they obviously haven't. As Loud Wine are still facing the death screen here, they're gonna need to really work together to get out of that base. Looks like they're gonna be trapped. They've got like a little bit of a sandwich going on here between both sides of the map, and that's a very tough situation to be in. But looks like they did take that member of B. This could be the starting point of them breaking this setup that Graphite has.
And, I think it might be too late. I mean, unless they did a full reset, because it was pretty close to 50 or 60 points, and they're already at 50. Look at Molly. One death in 52 seconds. Two assists, one death, and 52 seconds of ball time. Just amazing. Like, she is just rotating the ball well. She's playing off her teammates. She's dropping it when necessary to try and help out with the Slay category. And, I mean, you got Amplified just blowing up 8-0 at the start. Molly playing her life, being a distraction to this team. And she's going to get a kill or assist. She didn't even get the kill, but she got the assist. And, I mean, it looks like they probably did a full reset because we're already at 70 points for them, and they were up at least 40 or 50 points before the reset. And, man, they're just going to work. I mean, this is looking like it could be, with this rocket controlled by Blaze, this could be a 100-0 sweep right here on the reset.
Yeah, it's looking really tough for them. I mean, you see Blaze and Amplified really just going off here in the beginning. Really, there's no slays for Loud Whine right now. They haven't really proved that they can outslay Graphite, and that's what's really costing them. But they're gonna try to get this ball in their hands. They do take 3 members. Nice triple out of Chu there. That was very nice. As he does pick the ball up,
Yeah.
and gets the cake and eats it too. He's gonna go ahead and try to finish this. Not trying to finish this round. He's just trying to get some time on the board. I mean, he's gonna run
down 90-0. They're just really trying to make sure the other Graphite can't touch the ball and get some time themselves, which is going to be tough. And the reset set kind of has been good for Chu. Chu was kind of having a rough go of it on the first early rounds, and he's having a better round with that triple kill and going 7-5. So at least for one player of Loud Whine, it has been like a good reset, but it's not looking like it's gonna looking like it's gonna be over here in about 5 seconds unless they can get in there and do a little goal line stand. Good kill by Chu, 3 to go down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, with the situation they're in, you would have to play near perfect Halo to even try to get close to catching up to that deficit there. And he's gonna keep the ball alive in his hands and keep his team alive for just a little bit longer. But Rockets are coming up, and they're gonna have to really work together. They need those Rockets. They need to get in control. Looks like they do get them. You got a couple members of Graphite pushing over towards B. That one rocket doesn't actually connect. But Fortune Cookie's trying to lay down the law on this side of the map and just keep them back for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, and they've done a good job, and they've kind of, the momentum was, wow, what a big double kill with those rockets. 4 go down for Graphite.
Yeah,
that's big. The momentum has been broken. They were up 90-0. They were steamrolling before the reset. So, even if you don't win this one, if you can just steal that momentum back, we could have a series that's much different in the next game.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, they just need to keep putting pressure on the map. And looks like they're going to get wiped out. The last member is the member with the ball, and this could be the end of the game for them, unfortunately. I do believe that's going to be it. As Graphite's going to take this, I don't know if this is going to be the last round, but if it is, it's going to be a 2-0 victory for them. I'm not sure if they're going to reset the full game.
No, I don't think I think that we'll probably end up doing it. Chu threw the interception there. I know Chu personally, so I'm gonna give him a hard time. That was an interception he threw.
At least half of those things to keep the momentum in your favor. So starting off, we got Fortune Cookie on deck here. Loud Whine looking to try to get some pressure on the map early on, and it's not going to pan out for her. She gets taken down. We got Blaze on board. He has Heat Wave. This is what we were talking about. He's got control of the sandbox. I do believe Graphite does have that camo as well. Got 2 members of Loud Whine trapped in the base. Actually make that 3, and this could be a moment where they could get sandwiched, but it's just one member right now of Graphite, and he gets a trade, and that's about all he gets as one member of his teammates, or 2 of his teammates pop in there. Looks like they're going to clean out that whole team. So great start for Graphite.
Yeah, it was a good shot, and Shocks was able to survive and take out a few himself. I mean, looked like 2 maybe, but he's got heat wave control. It's a 6-3, still early. Anybody's game. It's really going to come down to how well Loud Whine controls the sandbox. I agree with you. It just seems like, Graphite wants to use that sandbox as much as possible. And if they control it, it could be a landslide. But, they've wrestled control back. We got a fairly even game right now at, 8-5.
Yeah, you just need to be able to, try to limit the control that they have. Amplified's going to pick up that double. He's still doing a great job in this second match. I mean, he's 5-0 right now. He's on that killing spree, so he's leading his team to yet another victory. But it's still not a lead right now. Loud Whine have a really a great chance of staying in this game, and they're trapped in the base. They really got to find their way out if they want to be successful. They need top mid control, and that's just not happening for them because Graphite are all over the place. They are in your face and then they're gone. They're like a ghost, So Loud One just need to be a little bit more assertive and just kind of move, get those legs loose, man, and just let it go with the flow.
Yeah, you looked at the beginning, like Loudwine got trapped in the blue base and they wiped them out. Then like they got trapped in the yellow base just now and got
Yeah.
taken out. And now Molly for Graphite has the Invis, and they got a 19-9 lead. And this is the point where you got to like get together, you got to team shoot, and you got to make sure that you get some slays because this thing could get out of control fast.
And to me, I think right now what I kind of feel like what we're seeing from Loud One is they're kind of playing a little bit timid. If you want my opinion, they need to let go and just be aggressive, be in their face, but don't put yourself out in the open to get picked off. You want to play your angles and just work with that team shot. Just let it. Listen to the call outs. Be free flowing, and don't get all like closed up and locked up. In your base. You want to get out. So right now we still got a lead from Graphite. It's a big lead actually. I mean, 10 kills is pretty massive in my opinion early on in this game, and as long as they keep that momentum up, Loudwine may not have a chance.
Yeah, and this is a really important game, right? The second game of the series after going down 1-0, it's really hard to, the reverse sweep is not usually what happens, especially as we know in the HRL, it is a rare occurrence just because, it seems the teams that usually get out to 2-0 leads got out to 2-0 leads for a reason, right? So this is important for them. There's no momentum unless you win this one. Momentum's like, moral victories don't work if you go down 2-0 in my book. You need an actual victory. It does look like, still got Amplify had it. They do take them down, but just the control of like the heat wave is always in the hands of one player on Graphite, and they're just they're stuck in the base again, and they're just wiping them out. They go in, wipe them out, and take control of top mid, and it's just it's going in their favor right now. They're playing really well together.
Yeah, there's a very big gap right now. I mean, like I said, Graphite is continued to control the sandbox, controlling the weapons, the thrust, the camos, and that's what's really doing Loud Whine in right now. They haven't gotten any control, and as a triple from Molly is she's popping off this game. She's 14-5. And doing a great job right now of leading her team to a victory in this, the second game of the series. So,
well, and Molly was holding the ball for the whole time during the oddball game, so
yeah,
didn't really have a chance to slay. And now with the chance to slay out is 14-5 and is just leading the entire lobby by a pretty Amplifies close to her, but anybody on the other team is fairly far behind at this point.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for Loud One. I mean, they still don't have any map control. I don't believe I've seen them top middle barely at all this game, and that's one of the things you need to control the 50-yard line on this map, because that's going to dictate the pace of the map. Because if you're stuck in your base, or you're stuck on like the bottom lower end of the car side, the util side, you're just going to get sandwiched, man. I mean, you gotta get out of these tight spots here, and they're just at this point, it's just an all-out brawl for Graphite, and they're just completely dominating. It looks like it's going to be a stake.
I mean, the thing about it is, like you said, if you're stuck in your base, you don't have that many angles that you can cover, right? You're not controlling the map, so you can't get the invis or the heat wave if you're stuck in your map. No. in your base. I mean, excuse me.
All you got is a commando.
Yeah, you got a commando, which is better, but we do. It is better. We do end up seeing a steak dinner for the side of Graphite.
Successful. So we're gonna see how this plays out. We're starting off with a number over here on the side of Graphite. He's getting early top mid control. He's getting some early nades, and just he's going for. I don't know if he's going for the heat wave, but it looks like Loud Whine was trying to get that camo in their hands. I'm not sure if they got that popped or not, but that member did go down and make that 3 down for Loud Whine.
Yeah, I mean that was a if they were able to burn camo, that's a decent start. Obviously, you don't want to have three go down, but they did actually pull the flag of Loud Whine's flag. And if you burned camo and got the flag out, that's not necessarily a terrible start considering what's happened, transpired in the first two games.
Yeah, and like I said, they're at this point they're playing defense, but they're getting taken down again because they're stuck in their base. And we've got an early pull here from Graphite, and they're trying to get it towards that halfway mark. They're going to go ahead and decide to back off that and try to get some map control here, and it's playing out for him so far. Fortune Cookie though, she can smell that flag guy. She tries to get him, but she gets taken down. Unfortunately, that's going to be a huge I wouldn't say mistake, but a huge loss for the side of Loud Wine. And we only got one member left on that side of the base that can stop this flag run, and it's not looking too pretty at the moment.
No, I mean, it looked like, I mean, that's just what we've been talking about, team shots, right?
Hmm.
Fortune Cookie had that. I don't know exactly who was running that first, running it in bottom mid. She had that person one shot, and then all of a sudden, another person sweeps into bottom, yellow, court and just takes her out with a team shot, which was unfortunate because it looked like she was going to be able to get that. And, it's like an avalanche all of a sudden. We're almost at the 50-yard line again after the first flag cap, and
Sheesh.
we are running a train right now.
Yeah, Blaze is
The
on
flag
fire.
train.
I mean, he's got flames on his feet. Like you can see the trail as he's running that flag right there. He's gonna put that second cap in, and Loud Wine, not doing so hot right now. But look at this, Amplified once again getting control of the camo. They're doing such a good job of controlling the sandboxing, but he gets taken down. Good job for Loud Wine to get that camo off the map because that gives them a chance to to maybe gain some control back. But we still pretty much have an even. It's a little bit even at the moment, I would say. I mean,
Well,
kind
yeah,
of thinking that 50-50 here on this
and it
part.
goes back to what I just saw something that kind of goes back to what you were talking about confidence. Like Mint Frosty was in a good position. I don't mean to single that person out, but he was in a decent position and his teammate was there and he ran back to the base, right? He ran all the way back to his base, didn't help his teammate. Then when he came back out, he just gets annihilated by the other team in team shot. If he had just been confident and held his position on the map, you know, up top mid, maybe he would have been able, to assist his teammate and taking that person down rather than coming in late. And man, it could get ugly if this one goes through. But Blaze gets taken out, and that's a big takedown. And hopefully they'll be able to, return their flag here. Is Frosty doing a great job of sneaking it out? He's walking, so they won't know where he's at, which is a smart move. He's listening. Hopefully, he's waiting for some comms from his teammates so he knows where the other team is at, so he doesn't run into them inadvertently with the flag by himself.
Yeah, I don't think Graphite has a clue where he's at, but they're doing such a good job of just having a presence and putting pressure on the map that I don't know if he's going to be able to get that flag cap in. I mean, Graphite's all in their base right now, and they're throwing that flag out. They have complete control. He's not only the member up right now; the whole team was just pretty much wiped out right there. So he's done been found out. His spot's given away. It looks like Graphite's going to try to get this re. They're going to have a little bit of pressure from Loud Wine, but yeah, actually, Loud Wine's going to try to keep that flag alive, and they do. So good job from them. They may have a chance to get this cap in if they can get to the other side of the map. If that's going to be the case. But like I said, Graphite's just doing a great job right now. Still.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at Molly there, just gets a double kill, and Blaze now has got the invisible again, and he's putting it back in, and it's 3-0, and this is you got to start trying a different strategy right now. What you're doing right now is not working. You got to change it up, and we don't have a lot of time. We have a lot of time left. I mean, there's 7.5 minutes almost, so there is time. But what you're doing right now is not working. Let's try and get together as a team, start team shooting, try and make pushes, time your pushes right, and get a flag, get one flag. I'll give Mint some credit. He got the flag over there, and he didn't have a lot of team support, and he was able to, hold them at bay for a while. But, once, the side of Graphite got in there, they were just able to take him out, and we're where we are right now, unfortunately, for the side of Loud Wine.
And the one thing that I'm seeing right now from Loud Wine is that they aren't, pushing together like they were in that very first game with Oddball. They're doing a lot of solo stuff here. They're getting caught by themselves, and that's just not going to work with a team like Graphite, who are pretty much they're very fast. They're putting a lot of damage down, but they're also like helping each other. They're kind of like in that same area where they can get those angles on each other's enemy that they're fighting, and that's really proven to be a big success for them. And Loud Wine needs to kind of replicate what they're doing. I mean, they can get some slays, but they need to like get slays, get some map control, get some more slays, get some more map control, control the sandbox because they're basically just trading out, and Graphite's being so aggressive that fresh members are just pushing back up and then, keeping control of the map.
Well, and I wanted to go back to like right before there was a guy, I don't remember who it was in the base, but they slowly, like Graphite slowly went in there. He checked out the entire base before he went for a flagpole. He even went and looked out at, the refrigerator area. What a kill. Double kill for Shocks. That's big. He's going for the triple. It might be a little too late for the triple. He's taken down by Blaze. But back to that point, it was just like a smart play. Like he was getting information for where the players were of Loud Wine before even taking a shot or making a pull. Once he figured out where they were, he pinged them and then picked up the flag and ran it the opposite direction. Now, he didn't get it in, but it's like that kind of play is just, it's smart Halo. It's Halo IQ. Like, he's not just running in there by himself, just picking up the flag, throwing it, and running right away. He's getting information for his teammates so they can hold the choke points, hold the choke points and allow him to run the flag, which, that's good teamwork. That's helping your team, assist you in carrying the flag. And, like you said, it'd be hopefully Loud Wine, can learn from that. Maybe they can start getting a little bit better teamwork here as, a 4-0 lead with 4:30 left. It's probably not going to come back. It's probably going to end up being a 3-0 sweep. You need to just kind of work on some of the fundamentals, getting some teamwork, and, go from there.
Yeah.
Maybe
At this point, you just need to let the floodgates loose and just like try some new stuff, like try to do something a little bit different. Like you said, work on your fundamentals with your teamwork. Because I mean, you're just getting singled out at this point, and Graphite are just playing straight Slayer. I mean, they have the ability to go ahead and pull another flag, but you got 4 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of time to make a few, flag caps happen, but to cap 4 in a row, it's going to be very, very hard with a team like Graphite in your face. As we got Amplified just doing some really dirty work, taking the dirty clothes to the laundry. I mean, he's just all over the place. And Fortune Cookie's last minute here, getting some, some mid control up here, getting the camo, but it's just a little bit too late. She's gonna get taken down. She doesn't have any help, but yeah, just Graphite's just doing business, man. They're just all
yeah, and it's like you said, they're really playing Slayer right now. They're not really trying to cap this 5th flag. They know they don't need to. They're not playing. They're not playing nice.
I mean, that was a good flagpole, but man, was it funny? Body flag.
Just sliding right into it. But yeah, Fortune Cookie, give a shout out for her. She's put in 13 assists. She's leading the lobby in assists. Trying to help her team do some work, get some slays, and she picked up the invisible there, and some big things. As the this is the last flag run. We got Mint Frosty. He's done a good job. He's been the main one pulling flags for his team. He's been sneaky when he's pulled it. He's not just running, in a straight path or letting the other team know where he's at. He's been very sneaky on his flag pulls. The problem is like his team hasn't prevented the other team, Graphite, from pulling the flag when has pulled. So I'd love to see them be able to get, one cap here and maybe make it a little interesting. But right now, a flag standoff really is just going to really work in the favor of, Graphite since they're up 4-0.
I mean, there's only 2.5 minutes left in this game. I mean, yeah, you don't really have much to work with. I mean, the series is all, is pretty much lost at this point. But, like you said, you can still work on the fundamentals. This is practice at this point. You need to try to, stick in it. Try to give it your all. Because that's what helps you get better at the game. But don't give up. Never. You never give up. But it's just very, very hard for them to do anything with Graphite. Just they got constant pressure on this map. It's just insane. They're shooting, they're moving, they're looking in directions of their teammate, they're shooting them for them, they're getting those assists, and that teamwork's just really playing off, or playing out for him, should I say?
Yeah, and this is the first week. It's mixed. It's not like pre-made where you have a formed team and probably have considerable amount of practice, right? It's more, you know, it's a mixed bag. So right now, it's week one. You know, maybe you had a bad week and maybe your communication is not very good. Your teamwork's not great, and you get beat 3-0 like this. Next week's a new week, and if your teammate work is better,